Hey everybody. So, day one Cambridge was really good. Really easy and everything. Sorry I don't have makeup or anything on. I took a shower. This is Serena. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, go play with Cody, honey. Go on. Okay, sorry. So, day one was great. It was really good. But it's kind of interesting how today went, actually, because all I was going to do was take my dog to get his shots and then drop off stuff at Goodwill and come home. But, so I took my first shake at noon. I know that's really late, but I also stay up late and get up late. It's just what I do. So, I had my first shake at noon. But then we left to go get all those errands done, and then on the way home, my husband John said, hey, so you want to pick me up and then I have some errands to run and then we can all hang out together? And I said, well, sure. And by then it was around 3. So 3 hours after having a shake, and I wasn't hungry for another one, so I was like, oh, I should be fine. Yeah, so we ended up going out and getting a thing we need for our sink. Honey, calm down. Shh. We ended up getting something we need for our sink. And then he was like, hey, I'm hungry. Are you guys hungry? And I was like, yeah, I am. But nothing I can do about it, you know? So on the very first day of this diet, I had a huge challenge of just sitting there in a restaurant, and right across from me is my husband eating this double cheeseburger thing with fries, and because it was a steak and shake, so my daughter had like a mint chocolate chip milkshake with like a hot dog and fries and stuff, and they're all just eating these things around me, and I ordered a Diet Coke, and I know it sounds weird, but I like licked some salt a little bit, like I poured a little bit on the table and licked some, and it helped miraculously. Only a couple little fingers full of salt and some Diet Coke, and I was good. I mean, I wasn't like, now I'm full, but it definitely helped get me over that the hump of being hungry. And then after that, we went out to get my husband some pants because he really needed some. Anyway, so by the time we got home, it was 6:30 at night. So I had gone for 6.5 hours on one shake. So I was like, oh, and I came home and I didn't even say hi to my dog really. I was like, I'm gonna make my shake, whatever. Screw everyone else for right now. But I made my second shake and then it was fine. But because I got such a late start on the second shake, I actually only ended up having 3 shakes today, even though I was supposed to have 4, because cramming 3 shakes in all together is you're shaked out. Like, you have to space it apart better. So my first shake. Okay, hush, honey, come here. The first shake was the rich vanilla normal shake that my mom sent me. So I tried it just the way it tastes on the first shake. Okay, go get Cody, go pet him. And the second shake, I added cinnamon, and it was really good. So I don't even want normal vanilla anymore. It's like cinnamon or bust. And then the third shake I had for the night, I tried my mom's cocoa powder that she sent me back home with after Christmas. And there's no sugar or anything. It's just straight cocoa powder. So you're supposed to put sweetener with it, but I didn't have any sweetener. I thought I did. But I put a tablespoon of that in and a quarter of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So it was super vanilla-y with a little bit of chocolate, and it was actually really good. And there was no sweetener. So those are 3 different ways I tried the shake. Okay, go play with Cody, sweetie. Here, play with this with Cody. So anyway, those are the 3 different shakes I had today. I'll try different things and things like that. But those were all really good. The chocolate cocoa powder with some vanilla extract was really good. I think the next thing I'll do shake-wise will be some cinnamon with the vanilla extract. So it can be vanilla, cinnamony. So I'll probably like that horchata one that I've heard about because it's supposed to be vanilla cinnamony. So yeah, it was really good. I just had the 3 shakes, and then I did try the, what's it called? The Hoodia sucker. My mom sent me home with a couple, so I tried one of those. It has kind of a weird aftertaste, but it's actually really nice having a sucker, actually. So that was nice. I only had 1 piece of gum all day, which was surprising. I thought I'd need a lot more. I drank all the water I needed. I peed a lot more, of course, but nothing in the number 2 area at all, which I don't know if it's because all the shakes were at the end of the day or what. So tomorrow I'm sure I'll have the 4 shakes and they'll be more spaced out. So that'll be more normal. Right, honey? Yeah. Okay, go play with Cody. Go on. Cody's our dog. Well, you know. So anyway, so a couple of short little updates here. Number one, my mom is going to be sending me some samples that she has of the soups, which is great because I really want to try the potato and the chicken. Those two, I feel like at night, if you just sat down to like a bowl of soup with maybe like a small glass of like Diet Coke or something, it would taste so good, and it would feel like you're having a meal, you know, which would be really nice. So I'd like to try that. I really want to try the soups. And then I think if I like it, I'd probably do 2 soups a day and 2 shakes a day, probably. So you feel like you're having like a lunch and then you feel like you're having a dinner. But I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I don't even know how you'd prepare it, but I'm assuming it'd be warm. You don't want to blend. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, the other update is that I called Cambridge. Honey, calm down. I called Cambridge themselves today and told them I'm doing these videos. And I said, do you guys have any samples that you want to send to me or any paperwork, anything you want me to let them know that there's new discounts that are coming out? I mean, I am going to always be very open and honest about things. If I don't like things, I'll tell you. So I won't be biased that way. But I just said, hey, do you want me to try some things? And they said that they'd get back to me tomorrow about that. So we may end up having, okay, honey. We may end up having more products to review in the future, which is nice. And again, the day after tomorrow, so my 3rd day, I'll be getting the strawberry and the banana. Okay, so my starting weight, I should have started with that. Sorry. My starting weight today when I stepped on the scale was 184. So, got up to 184. That's not good. But, so obviously I don't know my weight loss till tomorrow morning, and I'll do a video then. I didn't do a video on making the shakes today because I wanted to make sure that I could make them and they were fine before I showed you how to make it, and then it ended up being like a 15-minute video on I don't know what I'm doing. It was really easy to make. I just blended it in the blender, and everything was copacetic and everything was tasted good. So there is a slight powdery aftertaste for sure. I don't know if it's because maybe I didn't blend it long enough. I mean, everything looked blended, but you definitely taste a powdery, and it's not bad or anything, but you kind of get like a, at least for the vanilla, it tastes like a cake batter sort of powdery aftertaste a bit. Again, not a bad aftertaste, and your burps are going to taste like powdery vanilla. The consistency of the shake I can show you tomorrow when I make one for you guys. But it's kind of like powdered sugar, sort of. Not really flour, not as dense as flour, but kind of like powdered sugar material. And the scoop is bigger than I was imagining. I was imagining this little tiny scoop, and you get a pretty decent sized scoop. I'll show you tomorrow. So I was like, wow, well, that makes sense now. There's 110 calories because it's a pretty decent sized scoop. So, but today overall went really well. Just drinking and drinking a lot of water, and I had no issues. Chewing the 1 piece of gum was fine. And I had the sucker because I didn't have the 4th shake, so yeah. But anyway, so that was how my day 1 went. Went really well and everything. So it's the end of the night now, and I feel a little hungry, but it's not too bad. It's like a barely poking thing. Like, you know, I could eat, but I don't have to. So, and then of course when we were out grocery shopping, I did definitely get very hungry. Not angry, not hangry, but just hungry. But the water, like I said, helped, and drinking a Diet Coke to mix it up. I did drink my full amount of actual water though today, so that was fine. But anyways, so I will keep you guys updated for tomorrow's video for day 2, and thank you!